This podcast is sponsored by Talkspace. You know when you're really stressed or not feeling so great about your life or about yourself? Talking to someone who understands can really help. But who is that person? How do you find them? Where do you even start? Talkspace. Talkspace makes it easy to get the support you need. With Talkspace, you can go online, answer a few questions about your preferences, and be matched with a therapist. And because you'll meet your therapist online, you don't have to take time off work or arrange childcare. You'll meet on your schedule, wherever you feel most at ease. If you're depressed, stressed, struggling with a relationship, or if you want some counseling for you and your partner, or just need a little extra one-on-one support, Talkspace is here for you. Plus, Talkspace works with most major insurers, and most insured members have a $0 copay. No insurance? No problem. Now get $80 off of your first month with promo code SPACE80 when you go to Talkspace.com. Match with a licensed therapist today at Talkspace.com. Save $80 with code SPACE80 at Talkspace.com.
Mastering number memorization, effective techniques. Memorizing numbers effectively can be a daunting task, especially when dealing with long sequences or complex numerical data. However, with the right strategies and techniques, you can improve your ability to remember numbers efficiently. Here are some effective methods to help you memorize numbers more effectively. 1. Chunking. Break down long sequences of numbers into smaller, more manageable chunks. For example, instead of trying to memorize a 10-digit number as a whole, divide it into groups of 2 or 3 digits. This makes the information easier to process and remember. 2. Mnemonics. Use mnemonic devices to associate numbers with meaningful words, phrases, or images. For instance, you can create a rhyme or story where each number represents a specific word or concept. This helps create mental hooks that aid in recall. For example, to remember the number pi, 3.14159265535, you could use the phrase "Now I wanna drink, alcoholic of course," after the heavy lectures involving quantum mechanics. 3. Memory Palace Technique. Utilize the Memory Palace Technique, also known as the method of loci, to associate numbers with specific locations in a familiar environment. Visualize each number as an object or image placed in different rooms of a building or along a familiar route. As you mentally walk through the location, you can recall the numbers associated with each spot. 4. Peg System. Create a peg system where each number is associated with a predetermined object or image. For example, you can assign a rhyming word or visual image to each digit, for example, 0 sun, 1 gun, 2 shoe, etc. Then, create associations between these pegs and the numbers you want to remember. 5. Visualization. Visualize the numbers as vividly as possible in your mind. Transform each number into a distinct image or object that stands out to you. For instance, you can picture the number 7 as a boomerang or the number 8 as a pair of glasses. Visual associations are often easier to recall than abstract numbers. 6. Repetition and review. Practice recalling the numbers regularly through repetition and review. Repeat the sequence several times shortly after learning it, and then review it at spaced intervals over time. Spaced repetition helps reinforce memory retention and prevents forgetting. 7. Use patterns and associations. Look for patterns or associations within the numbers that can aid in memorization. For example, if you're memorizing a phone number, group the digits into familiar patterns such as area codes or repeating sequences. Finding meaning or structure within the numbers can make them easier to remember. 8. Utilize acronyms. Create acronyms or abbreviations using the initial letters of the numbers you want to memorize. This technique works well for remembering sequences or lists of numbers. For example, to remember the order of planets in the solar system, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, etc., you could use the acronym "My very educated mother just served us noodles." 9. Practice active recall. Test yourself regularly on the numbers you're trying to memorize through active recall. Instead of simply reviewing the sequence passively, actively try to recall the numbers from memory. This strengthens neural connections and improves retention. 10. Stay focused and avoid distractions. Create a conducive learning environment free from distractions when memorizing numbers. Focus your attention solely on the task at hand to maximize concentration and retention. By employing these techniques and practicing consistently, You can enhance your ability to memorize numbers effectively. Experiment with different methods to find the ones that work best for you, and incorporate them into your study routine for optimal results. With dedication and persistence, you can improve your number memorization skills and tackle even the most challenging numerical data with confidence.